can't believe my eyes. Finally some green. Like, what? A green candle? How does this even look? I forgot how they look. So in the long-term Bitcoin weekly chart, we zoom into our logarithmic regression channel and we see that really a weekly green candle seems to be forming. I even forgot how they look because we got so much red candles now the last months that I really started to forget how they look. Wait, let me zoom in and enjoy this sight. Like, oh, wow, a green candle, wow. So in the daily chart, we see that if we are lucky, friends, we might actually get some kind of pump because it seems that Bitcoin continues to push upward. The Bollinger Band starts already deforming a bit, and from my experience, this type of behavior, like Bitcoin seems to be forming some kind of ascending triangle formation. From my experience, normally Bitcoin sooner or later breaks through to the upside. So at least this is finally starting to maybe not look so crappy, which is for Bitcoin already quite the achievement. Wow, Bitcoin, wow. After only like 3 weeks hanging at 20K, you already start to go upwards. That is impressive. Now looking at the RSI, I have to say though that I don't see many divergences of any sort. I don't see some kind of hidden bullish divergence. Nope, I don't see some kind of regular divergence. Nope. It's just completely divergence free somehow, which is of course sad. Would be nice if we would have some kind of hidden bullish or regular bullish divergence, but it's not happening. And also, like, Bitcoin seems to be in kind of an ascending trend channel. But as I said, I suspect that we will get a push through the upper Bollinger Band because this type of behavior, normally if it goes to the downside, sooner or later it will break to the upside. I strongly suppose so. Now Bitcoin is fine and well, but the really interesting stuff, in my opinion, is happening in the altcoin market. Well, let's have a look at the altcoin market, friends. Let's deactivate the Bollinger Band, we don't need it here. But what is interesting is the RSI, because, friends, the altcoins seem to be a lot more bullish than Bitcoin, believe it or not. We have all the times lower highs here in the price, like lower highs in the altcoin market cap. That is, by the way, the market cap of total 3, so all altcoins minus Bitcoin and Ethereum, okay? We have lower highs here all the time in the price, but what's happening here in the RSI, we have higher highs. That is like a really good bullish divergence, friends. And not only that, but we have lower lows here and higher lows in the RSI. So what's basically happening? We have a regular and a hidden bullish divergence. So that's like a double bullish divergence in the altcoin market. Now I strongly suspect that this falling trend, if we kind of draw such a falling trend channel in the altcoin market, this is normally some kind of bull flag, okay? Drop and then creeping downwards, and then also like these bullish divergences here. So I strongly suspect that we will see some kind of strong breakout in the altcoin market. And of course, it is quite probable that this will be accompanied by a strong breakout of Bitcoin, and that the altcoins, for some whatever weird reason, are going to pump a lot more than Bitcoin, which would be quite fascinating and unexpected. But yes, the altcoins seem to be stronger than Bitcoin, because as you can see from the steepness of the last fall here in orange Bitcoin fell a lot more percentage-wise than the altcoins. The altcoins, it seems, they didn't really want to participate in this latest drop, and we have bullish divergences all over the place. So to me, it just seems that the altcoins are poised. They are like, we want to pump already. We want to pump Bitcoin. Don't hold us back. Don't drag us down, okay? Now the dollar index is looking nice. I have to say that yesterday, after I recorded the video, the dollar index somewhat started to dump, and we got this nice daily candle close, which is kind of a shooting star candle. So this is normally kind of a reversal candle. So it might happen that we get some breathing room now that the dollar will dump for a few weeks at least, that we get some kind of breathing room so that Bitcoin can at least bounce. If not a new rally, then at least give us a freaking bounce. We don't ask for much anymore. Our expectations have been lowered quite a lot lately, like quite a lot. So we would be super happy, Bitcoin, if you would just bounce, like bounce, you know, like you used to do back in the day. Like, I don't know if you remember Bitcoin, but you used to bounce. I don't know if you remember, but you used to do these things. Not here anymore, not so much here. But look how you used to bounce here, for example, in 2018. Like bounce, 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 bounce. I mean, that wasn't so hard, was it? Can't you just please repeat this for us? Our expectations have been lowered so much that we're not even asking for a rally, Bitcoin. We're just asking for a small bounce so that we can maybe de-risk a bit and maybe sell a portion of our coins and maybe re-enter the market if it dips lower. That's all we're asking for. And as I said, the dollar index seems to be pointing towards that direction, friends, because let's not forget that the weekly chart is doing a super strong bearish divergence. I mean, look at this here, friends. It cannot get more beautiful than this here. Higher highs in the DXY, lower highs in the RSI. So very strong bearish divergence. So I think it's only a matter of time until we get some kind of relief, even if it's only temporary. That could be enough that Bitcoin bounces, and as you can see, the altcoin market cap is poised for a strong pump, bullish divergences in the altcoin market cap all over the place, and that for me speaks that we get some kind of at least bounce where the altcoins maybe surprise us with unexpectedly nice pumps. And I have last times also talked about a super interesting fractal, namely XRP, our good old stablecoin XRP, which in the year 2045 will still be at 35 cents. Wow! So last times I have showed you this XRP fractal, and this XRP fractal also seems to be pointing towards a pump of the altcoin market. Because you see, I identified this peak here with this one, and this whole trough here with this one, right? And then consequently this thing here would be this thing. Looks extremely similar. This is what Bitcoin did in 2018 to 2020. This is what XRP did from 2018 to 2022. Okay, so zooming in here to this structure, we would of course then identify this here with this here, right? This thing here with this here with this here, and this thing here with this here. So we are now here, right? So that also speaks for the scenario that now we will get some kind of recovery and that many altcoins will pump and reach their previous levels and then bam, go lower than we would like. So that fractal speaks for a bounce, that Bitcoin now bounces somewhat and then we get a second low sometime later this year. That of course also means that XRP would dump to 11 cents. Ouch! We would revisit this low here from March 2020, you know, could be kind of brutal, but then we would get a recovery and then not long afterwards, friends, we would finally see a rally, but it could take until late 2023 or 2024 until that happens. So this area here might be a good place to de-risk. De-risk always means selling a portion of your coins in order to rebuy later, but not everything, because if suddenly the fractal is invalidated and this guy starts pumping like crazy, you will not be sad because you only sold a portion, for example half. So you see, this also speaks for a bounce, and something interesting has happened in the VIX. Now why do we look at the VIX, friends? Because the VIX is a very important tool. It's the volatility of the S&P 500, and Bitcoin is super correlated to the stock market, and so to the S&P 500, to the Nasdaq, and so on and so forth. So therefore it always makes sense to look at what the stock market is doing, and the VIX has done something really nice here. It has broken through this support line, so that means this could be a longer kind of bounce happening, and we might revisit this lower trend line. In a more extreme case, we might even go back to this trend line here. So we are looking at a bounce in the stock market of at least a few weeks of length. So this could give Bitcoin ample time to recover a bit, to bounce, and for the altcoin market to do a kind of nice bounce. And then afterwards, if we look at what the VIX did in last such instances, for example, very beautiful, visible in 2008. The VIX also had such a triangle. It broke to the downside, tried to retest this, so the previous support became resistance here, then dumped another time, and then bam, spiked. And the spike was of course massive dumps of 2008, right? So currently the VIX also speaks for some kind of at least bounce. We could go back here, then retest this, and then we get the last spike before then the market at some point would recover and we would go down again. But that spike of course would mean huge dumps in the stock market and of course huge dumps in the Bitcoin market. So we have looked at the altcoin market, which is more bullish than Bitcoin. We have looked at the XRP fractal, and we have looked at the VIX. All seem to be pointing to that we at least get some kind of recovery in the crypto market, maybe even a small altcoin season, and that Bitcoin will bounce somewhat before this bounce could be over and we could retest the lows. But that is not certain. I will track the situation, and I will of course also track the VIX and the stock market on a daily basis so that we can understand if this will be more than just a bounce and then we revisit these lows again, or will it be more sustainable and really go a lot higher than we were thinking. That we will find out together, friends. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting, please like and maybe even subscribe to this channel, because I want this to be the most brutal and full of rant Bitcoin and crypto channel, which at the same time not only rants but also tries to do some really good technical analysis on the Bitcoin and crypto market and on the stock market. Thanks friends, have a nice day and see you in the next video. Ciao!